Time for a little steel toe.
So I alluded to this on the Blind Mike project the other day. We didn't have time to get to it, but I said there's some steel toe business I wanted to talk about, and I brought it up on this little piggy last week as I exited, so we didn't spend too much time on it. But this is bothering me because, like, I I like what I've seen from Patrick Melton. I messaged with him once. He seems like a decent enough guy. I don't know him other than that. I don't know Aaron at all. I don't know why we've resorted to litigation. Why are we all going the route of lawsuits now? I don't understand it. It's very strange to me. So I just wanted to comment on it a little bit because they've both been talking about it on their respective shows. We have a clip from Stalin 19 and a clip from Doom here. They've both been doing a good job covering all this. So subscribe to them on YouTube because if you don't feel like listening to 4.5 hours of Aaron to get to the good parts, then Doom and Stalin 19 got you covered. But who are we starting with, Aaron?
Yeah, I have Aaron up, but I can do either. But it's Star Killer is the first one.
Actually, you know what? Let's start with Patrick because I think chronologically his was first.
No problem. Let me just grab that real quick. Boom.
Yeah.
Here we
So
go.
Patrick Melton's been talking about. I don't know what's happened since this, but he's been hinting at litigation and talking about going after Aaron for harassing him, I guess. And I don't know why. Like, I've seen Patrick be funny. I also know that Patrick dealt with Red Bar and I assumed learned some lessons as to how to not go about things on the internet. So I don't know why he's doing this, like, I'm going to sue you thing now, because it's not the funny way to go. And I've seen Patrick be funny making fun of Aaron. So that's maybe there's a bit that I'm missing that I'm not in on or something. But this clip struck me as odd when I saw it.
I have asked now Aaron Imholte 3 times on the show, and I've asked him on Twitter to please stop accusing me of harassment. Please stop saying I harassed your daughter. I'm not going to ask again. This is the last time I'm going to ask. Again, I was told I have to do this. You know, this is the first step. You have to stop saying that about me. That's a horrible thing you're saying. It really is gross.
So basically, Aaron has been doing this. He's been going on and like insinuating that Patrick's into some weird stuff with children, and he's been saying that Patrick is like harassed his daughter. Patrick said shit about Aaron's daughter that I wouldn't say on my show. It's just not how I play ball, as they say. But like, he didn't say anything illegal. Certainly, there's nothing that would be seen as jail time from Nobody Likes Onions. Like he said, he's, in my opinion, crossed the line, but I say cross the line like for my own personal thing. If Patrick Melton wants to do that, by all means, do whatever the fuck you want on your own show. So I don't know why Aaron is like, I'm going to get the law involved now. He's been suggesting that. And then he's been he's hinting at having his audience just flood Patrick with these messages about pedophilia. So Patrick obviously doesn't like that. Why would you stoop to Aaron's level and be like, no, I'm going to go after you legally? Like, this should be a battle of wits. These should be a battles of jokes, not who's got the most expensive lawyer. Like, that's where this whole dabble verse or whatever you want to call it, whatever this is where it reaches a breaking point with me, and I don't want to attach myself to that end of the world where I don't have interest in being in lawsuits with that. If you guys want to make fun of me, call me whatever you want, go for it. I probably wouldn't listen to it if I didn't like it. You know, that's my stance on it. I'm not going to call my lawyer and get them involved. So I don't know why Patrick's going this route. Maybe there'll be a payoff that I just don't see coming, ironically. But let's hear a little more from Patrick.
My only thinking is that, like, last year he had that guy sue him, Patrick, for like the comedy thing, and he took him to court, and people watched that. So I mean, it is content.
So here's something that I will add. I don't know enough about Patrick. I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. Last year, a guy sued him, like a comedian sued him, and he had to go. And he was the defendant. And there's tape of him going to court, talking to a judge, and the judge is like, "Well, yeah, that's what they do. They make fun of you. There's nothing illegal about that." And so Patrick essentially won that. Butch something was his name.
Yeah.
And
So
he-
I agree
and he
with
won.
that.
Yeah. So, but it also got Patrick a lot of eyes and a lot of views. And so I'm thinking I'm thinking that this sort of thing with Aaron is the guy you tangle with right now if you want to get major views.
Sure.
And if you have lawsuits and stuff going, they don't even have to be real. You serve a few papers here or there. It costs you a few $100. Meanwhile, you getting thousands in super chats. I think he's playing a long game here.
Yeah, well, you might be right. If Aaron was doing that, we would all be making fun of him. You know? If Aaron was doing some fake thing for views where he's threatening lawsuits and all that, like we'd all be making fun of him. I assume Patrick would be included in that. That's why I don't get the idea. It never has to go that route, as evidently Patrick learned. I didn't know about that lawsuit, but obviously he knows that too. He's like, what do you mean I'm making fun of this guy on the internet? I guess Patrick's saying it's affecting other aspects of his life. I don't know enough about that. And I'm also like not a confrontational guy. I don't want this to be a thing where Patrick sees this clip and then he's calling me an asshole and all that. I don't think any of this needs to go that way. Like, I think we can all be funny and make fun of Aaron, make fun of Patrick, make fun of me, whoever. We don't need to get the courts involved. That's what's crazy to me.
We need a court of comedy, with some comedy judges where they
Yes.
can,
Judge
And,
Cardiff Electra.
yeah, yes.
Desperate. It just feels desperate, man. Again, they're doing this to you online. Somebody sent me a link the other day that they're doing this to the. This blew my mind. That the guy who runs the Kiwi Farms, they call him a pedophile. That sounds like what they do, dog. That sounds like what they do.
Well, yeah, so I would say to Patrick, like, yeah, that's what they do. Like, there are
Yes.
people online that are assholes, I think Patrick knows that.
I've had this man's moderators call me a drug-addicted murderer on Twitter. And I liked it and I smiled. What can I do? Like, this is part of the game. You're online.
I think Patrick knows that. So maybe there's something more to this that I'm missing. Like I said, I don't know enough about how Patrick does his show and stuff. So this might be a total joke that I'm missing or something. But if it's real, like Patrick seems to know. He's like, well, this is what they do. They call people pedophiles on the internet. So yeah, so it's what they do. You're not going to stop it,
No, you just highlight it and make everyone come over and look at the big light that you got shined on it.
Yeah.
This guy, he's been around and doing this a while, so he kind of knows how to get a crowd. What you do with that crowd next is sort of the game, but you can get them.
So now that guy who's called a pedophile on the internet is going around calling people a pedophile on the internet. It's probably the most disgusting thing you can do. And it just reeks of desperation and it's pathetic. And I won't stoop to it. They're calling my enemies that kind of stuff.
But here, I agree with Patrick here, but I'd say like let him look bad. Because I've heard Aaron do this before, and we're about to hear more. If you think I'm just bashing Patrick, don't worry. Aaron has a unique quality that even when you agree with him, you can never quite root for him. So we'll get to Aaron in a minute, but like, let Aaron look bad, because I've heard Aaron do that to Patrick, and I'm just like, oh, what are you doing? Like, who do you think is falling for this? But Patrick reacting like this, it's kind of like we talked about with Rob Saul earlier. Patrick reacting like this makes it is like, oh, well, why is he like actually getting angry about it if there's nothing to it,
I just won't. We make the text before the show makes it clear. I make it clear. We're not harassing people. We're not going after people. We go maybe a little farther than Carl. Like if someone's breaking the law, they can get in trouble for breaking the law. But like I don't bother Aaron Imholte. I don't bother Aaron Imholte's family, and he's accused me of harassing them. He accused me of harassing April. But the way people think about
and that's
this
again, he shit on April when April was on the show. Like Patrick, I don't think did he make jokes that I wouldn't have made or something? Probably, but it's not illegal, Like that's where this is all crazy. Is people think like I've been made fun of, and maybe I'm misreading Patrick or something because, like I said, Patrick's coverage of Aaron that I've seen, I've liked. So that's why I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe I'm missing something, but it's like it's all in play. Like, you can make jokes about whatever you want. You might not always like them, but you can't bring the law in to be like, hey, no more making fun of this guy. It's not going to work.
It's like, again, you got perfect example. You guys asked me the other night to watch the Kiwi Farms guy tearing me apart or something. It's like, I'm not gonna go on I'm not gonna watch that stuff. I don't want to see someone calling me those names. I don't want to see someone talking about me like that. It's like, it is gross. It is disgusting. And it really affects your mental health. Now it's affecting the money. It's affecting public, reputation and stuff. It's a dangerous game to fucking play. And he said it himself, you can say, I think this guy's creepy. This guy tells jokes that I think are over the line. All that's fine. And I was fine with all that. But now Aaron Imholte is almost every day coming out and saying, I've harassed his family. I harassed his children. And then he had the audacity the other day to imply that his ex-wife, Ashley LaRue, the parent of his children, might be coming after me in a lawsuit. Hey, stupid bitch. Come get it. I'm not kidding.
This is the Patrick I know.
Yeah, that's the guy I've seen where I'm like, no, that's fine. I wouldn't talk like that about some lady who's not a public figure necessarily, but like, it made me laugh. So who gives a fuck? But that's the thing, is like, Patrick should be able to do that. Aaron should be able to do whatever dumb horse shit he does, and then we can make fun of it. I don't know why it always has to end up in a courtroom, and I'm really only reacting like this because I've heard it so much with Stuttering John, and John tried to involve me in it. And I remember talking to you about it a couple times, Casey, where I'm like, in no way do I think John could actually like sue any of us and win. Like, I knew he didn't have a case, but I was like, do you think there's any chance like I have to actually like go to a courtroom?
Yeah, hire a.
You know what I mean?
guy.
Like,
Yeah.
is there a chance like I actually have to like deal with this ever? Because it's nonsense. It would be so silly to have to go, yes, Your Honor, I played a clip from Obnoxious John on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, to respond to any of this is so silly. So I'm surprised Patrick's going that route when he ends it with like, hey. So again, maybe it's a joke that I'm missing because he ends that rant with, hey, stupid bitch.
Yes.
So maybe I'm just not getting the bit or something. But believe you me, even if you say like, hey, Patrick's wrong, he's going about it the wrong way, I actually agree with Aaron. Boy, does Aaron have the ability to wipe that slate clean immediately and say, no, I'm still an asshole. So this is Aaron's side of things. When you listen to him talk, you really cringe and kind of hope it does go to court,
Star killer. This was insane.
It's gross to listen to, and it's such a misrepresentation of yourself. It's such ridiculous place to hold yourself. But yeah, this is Aaron talking about himself as a star killer. A star killer. It's ridiculous as I say it.
Yeah, the man lives in a funhouse mirror.
Yeah.
Let's just say that a certain obese person who identifies as part of the streaming community is not going to like, they're not going to like 3 or 4 of the things they find out about tomorrow. Oh boy. Aaron, are you going to hold it ransom for the goal? Yes. Yes, I am.
Ooh. Aaron, don't tease us like that.
Yes. Am I going to be a piece of shit immediately? Yes.
Now I'm going to have to pay you extra money. I heard Carl did his show yesterday. And I guess they axed Matt, the Johnny Crutches of the night, as I call him.
Oh no!
So Matt's gone, and Aaron goes, "Hey, we're gonna give the savings back to you. The goal has gone from $250 to $230." And America rejoiced and said, "Oh my God, I can finally put money away for my kids' college fund now. Thank you, Aaron."
It's the most American thing I've ever heard of. He fired the guy, lowered the thing, and says, "Hey, come back, come on." That's like, goddamn.
But already, like, you hear Aaron threatening lawsuits, and you're like, all right, you know what? I hope you actually sue Patrick now and lose. Because this is, you know what I mean? Like, a minute ago, I was like, oh, Patrick, don't do this. And Aaron wipes it away. And you're like, you know what, Patrick, go for it. Sue the fucker.
I fear for Johnny Crutches, I gotta say. He's next.
It is the positivity era of steel toe, the power of
The positivity era. Just
you don't know about
fired
this?
No, what is the positivity era?
So now he brings up the goal by saying, like, hey, gang, we don't even care about the goal. Whatever you can afford. Streamlabs,
no, we
PayPal, Venmo. We talked
we
about
discovered
it, right?
that.
You
Yeah,
were
we
on,
discovered.
yeah.
Okay, but
He
he's
stepped that
still
up.
doing it.
Yep. Yeah. And it seems to be working for him.
positivity is killing it right now, I have to say. Power of positivity is big, but it's also for sale, the power of positivity. And
Of course.
That's a Dwight Schrute quote, isn't it? I'm most loyal to the one who pays me the most.
that is very Dwight Schrute of him.
let's just say when I picked up my children this weekend and when I dropped off my children this weekend, I had some great conversations.
Oh,
And
you
let's just say-
scamp. Oh, you coy little rascal, you.
He turns into the woke dad all of a sudden over here.
I just had some great conversation. First of all, you're not supposed to be talking about this lady. You have a fucking restraining order on you, or order of protection, or whatever the hell it is. So stop bringing up your wife. It always gets you in trouble, Aaron. But the great conversation is that your wife is going to come in and handle your battles and sue Patrick Melton. And you're going to be like, hey, I couldn't go toe-to-toe with this guy and make fun of him, but my wife sued him for me. That's winning in Aaron's mind.
Another win for the till.
Say a lot of people have been sending me a lot of clips and a lot of screenshots.
Okay, can I say I don't usually stop on my own, but this is twice we've heard this. We heard it from Rob Saul and now from Steel Toe. When someone says people are sending me a lot of clips, that means I'm searching my name and finding all these clips of you guys making fun of me.
Yeah.
No one sends clips to anyone. I mean, some trolls do, but it's a tell.
People will send me stuff like, "Hey, Mike, you should check." Like our boy Jeremiah Wright, I think his name is, sent me the Brendan Schaub video, and was like, "Hey, Brendan Schaub goes off on Nate Diaz. You probably want to watch this." I had to find it and watch it still. He didn't. They're not constantly sending me clips like, "Hey, you need to respond to this from Patrick Melton."
Right. They're not clips of you. They're clips of content for your show. These people are searching themselves. Feel it, people. Just feel it. Are these the kind of people that are just, doing my life and then randomly sent stuff? Are they digging, looking for every comment and every chat about them? They need to know everything.
Well, you sent me something months and months ago. Like, this guy was talking about, and I was like, I make fun of so many people. You know how shitty it would be? Yeah. I was like, I make fun of so many people. You know how shitty it would be if I was like, hey, you stop making fun of me. That's what he should be doing. That's what Rob Saul should be doing. Like, make fun of me all you want. It'd be crazy if I did this show and then someone made fun of me and I was like, whoa, that is over the line, pal. Too much.
And if somebody wants to get froggy, then jump, baby. Don't talk about it. Be about it, bitch.
By the way, thank you for bleeping Stalin 19. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it is.
If you're feeling froggy, then leap. You and your friend who's giving you legal advice. Come on. Why not? Please hand more wins for the toe.
Ugh.
You can't sit there and thump your chest and act like you're a badass for 2 years and then cry like a bitch.
Well, okay. So he has a point. But your response, Aaron, is now having your ex-wife sue him. So you can't act like you've won in some way. You didn't cut him down with your words. You're having your wife take care of it for you. Why are you acting like you've slayed the dragon that's been after you? Finally, I said the magical joke that tore down Patrick Melton. No. He made fun of you for 2 years, and now your wife is evidently going to sue him or whatever you're hinting at.
Patrick had the foot on the pedal for 2 straight years, just slamming him to the wall. He takes it off for half a second. I win for the toe.
But Aaron couldn't handle it for 2 years, and now there's like lawsuits being threatened. And he's like, I won. Like, end of game's over. I win. It's like if tomorrow night the Yankees are up in the 6th inning and they're like, so the game's over, right? It's like, well, no, we have to keep playing. You can't just, because you've taken the lead, you can't just decide it's over.
We both know the Yankees will have no lead against the Dodgers and Ohtani, Mike. Come on.
Let's not get
Silly.
into that.
But then again, both of them kind of behave that way, don't they? I am a star killer. I bury them all. They step to me, they die. That's how it works.
Who do you mean, like Chad Zumach, who you're friends with now?
Star killer.
What a I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Chad Zumach, who you want to be friends with, who doesn't really accept it. Who are the other stars you've killed? Like, this is Aaron trying to be cool, and then he'll say, if he's ever questioned on it, he'll say he was being tongue-in-cheek. But this is how he views himself. He says, how many times have we heard him say he's one of the 3 best broadcasters that have ever lived, behind Bubba the Love Sponge and Anthony Cumia, which is a bizarre list. But
yeah, again, all these guys, these broadcasters are all looking down. They don't look up and see like, oh, there's a guy with a ferret farm that has 5 million viewers live right now.
yeah.
God damn. Like, come on, have some perspective.
Listen, guys, Aaron has amassed 13,000 followers on YouTube. This is a giant in the industry.
That's like the 50th largest city in Oregon.
Like, Aaron has more YouTube followers than I do. So good for you, buddy. I don't talk like this. No one should talk like this. Rogan doesn't talk like this. It's a crazy way for a man with a YouTube channel, essentially the same size as mine, to be like, I am a star. I'm a golden god.
He's the White Cat Williams.
But Cat has swagger. Cat has a reason to talk like that.
Yeah,
Cat Williams is a star. Aaron is far from it.
And me, the big fish, eat the little fish, and I just keep swimming along. I'm not even a big fish, nor have I ever pretended to be. But
never pretended to be. Aaron, dig way back in your memory to about 8 seconds ago when you called yourself a star killer. I'm a star killer, gobbling up more wins for the toe. And I'm also a very humble man who's never claimed to be anything more than he is.
The humblest.
Those who come to try to take a bite end up poisoned. It's weird. I mean,
who?
I will say
Who are the other examples of this?
It's like,
You know, like Patrick tomorrow could be like, I was fucking around. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's off the list. Who else has died at your hand, Aaron? What is this list of people?
his marriages. Maybe that's what he's talking about. That's the star in his
say
life.
this. And time will bear this out, and time already has borne this out. I killed the biggest star in YouTube history. Killed it myself.
So he means Nick Rekieta, right?
Huh?
He means Nick Rekieta.
Is he talking Keemstar? Mr. Beast? What is he talking about? Biggest star.
I guess I assume the math he's using is Nick Rekieta like led the world in super chats for a while or something, right?
Okay.
So I guess by that logic, he's saying that he shattered YouTube. Google had to ask some questions because they were like, "Is YouTube even worth having anymore?" Because Aaron has destroyed our business model. We don't. What's the point of running this operation anymore? So yeah, Aaron. That's the. I guess I forgot that part of the clip. I guess that's the star that he's killed is Nick Rekieta.
Yeah, it had to be because I was thinking like Patrick, who? what
Again,
is he talking about?
Again, by killed, do you mean? And this is all alleged. I don't know if this happened. Do you mean that you tattled to the cops that he was doing drugs? Is that the big kill?
Because you could taste it in his semen. Is that why?
Oh, well, we'll get there. Actually, don't you worry. But like again. Howard would quote unquote kill people. He would literally hold a funeral in like Philadelphia to dance on John DeBella's grave. And
Mark and Brian in LA.
Yeah. Like he would do that shit to make fun of his enemies. It was with his words on his show. It wasn't through legal bullshit. Like I don't get why those are wins in this world all of a sudden.
This one's called Broken Heart, and I think we're talking about.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. So he talks about Nick Rekieta here, and it's like, so something weird was going on with these guys, you know?
And I have more to add because I saw a text thread that really got my stomach churning.
Okay.
Far be it Mock Fry says, I hear Nick loves cardboard cocaine and regular cocaine. I also hear he absolutely loves incorrect legal takes to the point where he defends people who have made horrific statements about children.
It was a really smooth. It was a really smooth analogy.
Put it on a T-shirt. My God, it's like a Just Do It logo.
Man, you can hate me all you want. I've never had someone hate me so much that they've been like, I'll side with the most vilified man out there.
Okay.
I mean,
again, do you know who he's referring to about the most vilified man out there?
I have no idea.
He's talking about Patrick Melton.
Oh my! What is perspective with this guy?
Again, like I was critical of Patrick's handling of this, and now he's making me go against fucking Aaron because Patrick's not the most vilified. No, who gives a shit?
My head was like Nelson Mandela. Patrick Melton, what?
Who gives a fuck if he's saying he's going to sue you? No, he's not the most vilified man on the internet. That's such a crazy take. That is such a self-important way to carry yourself that even if you're winning, if people were like, hey, Patrick's handling this weird, you know what? Maybe I'm an Aaron guy. I don't like the way Patrick's handling this. Let me go over to Steel Toe. I'm going to be a Steel Toe fan now. Oh, never mind. He's being the same jackass that we've been making fun of for a year.
I mean, really, it might be a gay thing. I think I broke his heart. I really do. It has to be I broke his heart.
Okay, so he's talking about Rekieta again.
Yep.
That is the way you would talk about a man you had an intimate relationship with, right?
Yes.
Like if me and Casey had a falling out and then he just started like shitting on me, I wouldn't be like, I guess he's in love with me and I broke his heart. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't be the first leap I would make as to why you're angry with me.
No, but if the Blind Mike's penis had been in my mouth, then I would think, oh God, maybe it is because of the gay thing.
It's a bad analogy. Casey has said some things that make me think maybe I did break his heart, but a different person, I guess.
Has to be. You can't look at what that man has done to follow me. It has to be a broken heart. It's got to be, and I'm not even going to say it's gay. It could be pansexual. The man just could not be able to control himself. I don't know what it is. But in my opinion, he's clearly heartbroken.
But why do you think that? You wouldn't just think that about a guy you had a totally heterosexual relationship with. You know what I mean?
It's this, we got an argument over the Super Bowl, Mike. That's what it was.
This is where Aaron alludes to things but doesn't give us all the details, and clearly there's something. He's like, "Oh, now I'm so honest. I've repented. Now I'm super honest. Hey, maybe Nick hates you because you might have gotten the cops called to his house, and maybe his kid's taken away, and now he's got." Now, I'm not even saying I think Aaron was wrong in that. Like, if those kids were in danger, the guy fucking stole his wife. Do what you got to do, Aaron. I don't really give a fuck about that aspect of it. But when you're like, why does this man hate me? I can think of a couple reasons, you know?
So that tweet thread I saw was just a bunch of people going off on ideas of the gross things that happened between Rekieta. And they're like, oh, I bet Aaron snuck out, went over to Rekieta's house, got loaded up, and then came back and then fed a dinner to Aaron. Yeah. That's the way I can say it.
You might have sent this to me, yeah.
Yeah, and then in the next response was Rekieta going, I have stories, two, tell, . Like, that's true. That thing you just said about being full and then Aaron emptying. Well,
but again, Aaron's like, I'm the cool guy here. He's heartbroken. It's like, well, you both. It takes two. Put it that way. It would take both of you in this situation for him to have been heartbroken.
Man loves takes two, Aaron.
Valerie loves associating with people who say horrible things about not only children, but children he's met, children he knows, children that his girlfriend used to be the stepmom of. I mean,
bizarre.
If he ain't heartbroken and I didn't break his heart and he's not a little bit gay for me, then it's even more.
Can you imagine, like, that, just thinking of, because we didn't cover a lot of, like, Aaron with the Ricadas or anything.
No.
Can you imagine, like, if they're just YouTuber. They met because they're both on YouTube. Like, if I met David Collins and then, like, he stole my girlfriend and, and now she lives with him. You know what I mean?
Now-
like, it would be it's the craziest thing that he's just brushed off as, like, that's life. That's what happens.
That happens. You know what happens. Now they become your number one fan. That's a David Collins joke.
Like, it's rare that saying you're a homo for somebody is actually the best way to go, because otherwise you just look a little questionable yourself. Link to the Jake says
I
he
don't even
needed
get
that.
I don't even get what that means.
I don't either, but he had his pinky out really far when he said it when he was drinking.
Daddy
But
figure.
but he said calling him a homo is the best way to go. Otherwise, you look a little questionable. So what's questionable? That he's not gay?
I think you've
Like, what's the questionable route? If
he's gay, Mike. He's
if
gay.
gay-
God
if
damn it.
Gay is the not questionable aspect. What's the questionable route? That he's straight?
Yes, I think that is questionable at this point.
I don't
That's in question. There's nothing straight about this.
his life. Well, he never called me daddy, but
Ew.
These guys.
That's how it ends.
These
Ew.
guys. I don't. No, listen. I don't want lawsuits. but based on this, like, these guys fucked, right? They had a romantic.
I'm leaning like if Rob Saul is like 70% or like plus 100, I'd say this is minus 100. You're losing money if you put money on this one. Yeah, it's so gross.
Very weird. Yeah, so it's all very weird. And like I said, like, I don't like the idea of being like, I'm gonna have to sue this guy. And so I was gonna be like, oh, Patrick's behaving a little weird, and then you go right to Aaron. You're like, how's he handling this? Oh, shocking. Way worse. Who would have guessed?
So I'm going to give Patrick the benefit of the doubt and say that's the calculation. Like I'll just throw up a grenade and this retard will fumble it in his hands.
And then I owe Patrick a full apology if that's the case. Brilliant. If you got him to act like this just by pulling your marionette strings, brilliant. So
Yes. I mean, look what we did with the goal. It made him happy. The goal show turned him, changed his whole persona. So
It
he
really
does
did.
watch this shit, you know?
yeah, no, you're right. That's true.
All right, here's some super chats, Mike. We'll get you out of here.
let's
I
do
come buckets, $2. I'm with Red Bar.
I come buckets. Thank you, buddy.
Yes,
we don't
thanks.
have many super chatters, but they chime in often.
I come bucket says, I'm with Red Bar. Melton is a shady, nasty dude. That's
I didn't
opinions.
follow the whole Patrick Melton thing with Red Bar. I watched Red Bar a little like when he started going after Matarese. That's when but I don't know the Melton Red Bar lore really.
Yeah, we like to keep it fun over here. That didn't seem too fun, that one. That seemed like another one going towards the lawsuits and shit like that. So, Rocker B, 2002, $5. Funny how the toe will snitch out his wife and her lover to the cops, but not the guy who supposedly is harassing his little girl.
Yeah, that'll tease and let his ex-wife take care of.
Yeah. God damn, what a dad, huh? Lev Kramer with a Canadian $5. Patrick did say he thought it would be funny for Aaron to have another legal case on top of all the other legal cases Aaron has, a third HRO. So he kind of called a shot, maybe. Yeah.
So if that's the case, I'm just wrong. Like I said, I'm totally open to the idea that I'm missing something because that didn't strike me as the Patrick Melton I've seen on some of these shows. It seemed weirder. So maybe he is up to some hijinks.
Patrick, if we're gonna get that reaction out of Aaron every time you do something like that, keep doing it. Bro.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
it up.
go for it. I apologize. I was way off.
Whether it's real or not, we got the content we wanted, baby.
Yeah.
So, Dildo Swaggins, $9.99. Can we get more Electra on the show? You non-seeing cum stain. God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Dildo.
That took
Someone has
an immensely harsh turn.
someone has respected his dildo in this community. How dare you?
Electra will be here when she can. I don't think she was able to do it today, but next
Yeah,
time.
that cat's beating her ass up, I gotta say. Radish,
Pray for
£2. Yes,
Electra, by the way, go follow DJ Electra on YouTube. I like the YouTube shorts she's doing, like music
the
news
music
and
ones?
stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome. Totally great lane for her. I think like she got 20,000 to 18,000. Like great
Yeah.
lane for her. Radish, £2. Pat triggering Aaron's 90-day vacay would be fun though. I don't know.
Oh, so if there's any like legal stuff, he would go to jail, right? It would
Oh,
violate-
that's what he's trying to. He's trying to put him in jail.
You know what, Patrick? I'm sorry. If Patrick reacts to me earlier, let him know I'm wrong. I apologize.
Tell him to keep watching the tape
I
all the
don't
way
see.
through.
I didn't see the larger picture here. I'm sorry.
And if I'm wrong, I'm just a giant ball washer for the day. But it just seems I'm putting everything together that he's just trying to now put him in jail, which I appreciate the game. Radish, 2 pounds. I was wrong. Rob Saul and Steel Toe are equal shit. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
All right, we got a few more here. Adam Priest, or Madam Priest, $4.99. Never forget, this guy took his wife to a coke den to party with a couple, then became the odd guy out, and his solution was to narc on them.
He walked in. He met a YouTuber online. Walked into his house with his wife, and walked out without her. It's
Walked
crazy.
out with an RSO.
It's so crazy.
It is. All right, got a few more here. Hacko Burrow, $4.99. Star Killer and Power of Positivity are actually WWE wrestler gimmicks. He's just ripping off wrestling for the 100th time. That makes sense too.
Star Killer.
I don't watch wrestling, so I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to think you're right. Rockerby 2002, $5. Aaron broke Nick's heart in the same fashion Nick broke April's ass.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.